emphasized on discussions. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina urges all to develop book reading habit while inaugurating Omar Ekushe Book Fair. Perpetrators of vandalism and looting of houses in Sunamganj to be given exemplary punishment, says Obaidul Qadir. Anti-state conspiracy begins again when country got global recognition under daughter of Bangabandhu Sheikh Hasina's leadership, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. 9 soldiers killed in army helicopter crash in Afghanistan. Military officials warned to withdraw US troops without peace deal. And Bangladesh national team reached Nepal to play Tri-Nation football tournament. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Center. You have just heard the highlights, now on to the details. Bangladesh and the Maldives signed 4 Memorandum of Understandings (MOUs) to boost cooperation between the two countries in different areas, including fisheries and cultural affairs. The MOUs were signed at the Prime Minister's office in presence of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih. Earlier, on the arrival of the Maldivian President at the Prime Minister's office, he was received by the Prime Minister at the Tiger Gate. The MOUs signed are MOU on Joint Commission for Comprehensive Cooperation, MOU on Bilateral Foreign Office Consultations, MOU on Cooperation in the Field of Fisheries and Pelagic Fishing, and MOU on Cultural Exchange Program for 2022 to 2025. Earlier, bilateral talks was held at the Prime Minister's office. Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Ihsanul Karim briefed the reporters. He said during the meeting, Dhaka and Mali agreed to sign the Preferential Trade Agreement (PTA) aimed at increasing the trade and commerce between the two countries. On Rohingya issue, the Maldives President said that his country wants to work jointly with Bangladesh at the International Court of Justice to protect the rights of Rohingyas. The two leaders reviewed the entire gamut of bilateral relations and agreed to expand mutual cooperation in multiple prospective areas, including trade, commerce, investment, youth development, healthcare, education, and pharmaceuticals. President Solih appreciated Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's visionary leadership in transforming Bangladesh into a developed country by 2041. Later, the visiting Maldives President signed the visitor's book at the Prime Minister's office. Visiting Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih paid a courtesy call on President Mohamed Abdul Hamid at Bongo Bhavan this evening. On arrival at Bongo Bhavan, Maldivian President and his wife Sajna Ahmed were received by President Mohamed Abdul Hamid and his wife Rashida Khanum. President's Press Secretary Mohammad Joanal Abedin told that during the meeting, President Mohamed Abdul Hamid stressed the need for establishing direct air and waterways connectivity between Maldives and Bangladesh to further enhance trade and investment ties between Bangladesh and Maldives. Terming tourism as potential sector of both Bangladesh and Maldives and a very bright one, the President called upon the investors and businessmen to work together to utilize the existing potentials of the two states. Abdul Hamid urged the Maldives to import international standard Bangladeshi products including medicine, ready-made garments, RMG and ceramics from Bangladesh. Referring to various memorandums of understandings, MOU on different bilateral issues between Bangladesh and the Maldives signed today at Prime Minister's office, President Abdul Hamid said the visit of Maldivian President would be a unique milestone to strengthen the existing ties between the two countries. During the meeting, Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih highly appreciated the ongoing tremendous progress of Bangladesh. He said Maldives government would take steps to establish the air and water connectivity between Bangladesh and the Maldives to expand the trade and investment of two states in the days to come. Bangladesh Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, his Maldivian counterpart Abdullah Shahid and secretaries concerned were present. Later, Maldives President signed the Visitors Book of Bongo Bhavan. Meanwhile, the First Lady of Maldives, Sajna Ahmed, paid a courtesy call on Bangladesh President's wife, Rashida Khanum, on the sidelines of the meeting. They exchanged views and inquired about the health of each other. After the call-on, Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih and First Lady Sajna Ahmed attended a dinner and a cultural function at the Dorbar Hall of Bongo Bhavan. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and President's wife Rashida Khanum attended the cultural function and dinner hosted by President Abdul Hamid in honor of Maldivian President. Family members of the President attended the function. Chief Justice Said Mahmood Hussain, Cabinet members, Cabinet Secretary, Chiefs of the three services, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister and high officials were present. Maldives President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih highly praised Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's visionary leadership as she is working to turn Bangladesh into a developed country by 2041. Maldives Foreign Minister Abdullah Shahid and Foreign Minister of Bangladesh Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen disclosed this at a joint press briefing at Hotel Intercontinental in Dhaka today. State Minister for Foreign Affairs Shahriar Alam, Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen and Economic Development Affairs Minister and Foreign Secretary of Maldives, among others, were present on the occasion. The Maldives Foreign Minister said, Bongo Bondhu is not only a great leader of Bangladesh, he is a great leader for the whole world.
As a champion of democracy and freedom, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is a timeless icon, not only to the people of Bangladesh, but to people across this region and the world.
খুব শীঘ্রই বাংলাদেশ থেকে মলদ্বীপে বাংলাদেশ বিমান যাবে। মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী এবং প্রেসিডেন্ট সলির মধ্যে অনেক কিছু আলাপ হয়। সেইখানে আমাদের মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী ওখানে যাতে আমাদের বিভিন্ন রকম খাদ্য সামগ্রী, আমাদের বিভিন্ন ফার্মাসিউটিক্যালস, আমাদের এইগুলো যাতে আরো অধিক হতো আমরা ওখানে পাঠাতে পারি সে নিয়ে আলাপ করেছেন। আমাদের ব্যবসা বাণিজ্য এগুলো বাড়ানোর জন্য আমরা 4টি এমইউ সই করেছি।
Visiting Maldives President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih took part in a views exchange meeting with his countrymen living in Bangladesh. Maldives Embassy organized a meeting at the Hotel Intercontinental this evening to make the president familiar with the citizens of Maldives in Bangladesh. Ibrahim Mohamed Solih exchanged greetings with his countrymen and inquired about their welfare. Laying emphasis on developing the habit of reading book, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has urged Bangla Academy to give more attention on translating foreign literature to create scope for knowing history, culture, lifestyle of different countries through book reading. The Premier was addressing the opening ceremony of month-long Ekushe Book Fair on Bangla Academy premises, joining virtually from Ganobhavan today. At the function, on behalf of the Prime Minister, State Minister for Cultural Affairs distributed the Bangla Academy Literary Award 2020 among recipients at the inaugural ceremony. Sheikh Hasina said, literature gives the opportunities to know the lifestyle of people, their history and culture, as well as other aspects. And translation of foreign literature is an easier way for the country's people to know about these. She recalled the contributions of Father of the Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman to the language movement. The Prime Minister urged the possible visitors of the Ekushe Book Fair to follow health protocol amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
রাষ্ট্রভাষা বাংলা এই আন্দোলনে জাতিপিতা বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবের যে অবদান রয়েছে একসময় বাংলাদেশের ইতিহাস থেকে সেটা কিন্তু মুছে ফেলার চেষ্টা করা হয় এবং আমাদের অনেকেই জ্ঞানী গুণী বুদ্ধিজীবী তাদেরও কথা ছিল উনি তো জেলে ছিলেন উনি আবার আন্দোলন কি করলেন কিন্তু উনি জেলে ছিলেন কেন সিক্রেট ডকুমেন্টস অফ ইন্টেলিজেন্স ব্রাঞ্চ অন ফাদার অফ দ্য নেশন বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমান এগুলি পড়লে এর মধ্যে থেকে জানা যাবে যে তিনি বন্দিখানায় থেকেও কিভাবে ছাত্র নেতাদের সঙ্গে যোগাযোগ রাখতেন এবং আন্দোলন সংগ্রামের নির্দেশনা দিতেন এবং সেই নির্দেশনা অনুযায়ী কিন্তু সেই আন্দোলন সংগ্রাম চলে আমাদের যারা পাঠকবৃন্দ বই পড়তে পছন্দ করেন অথবা বই মেলায় ঘুরে ঘুরে বই দেখার ভিতরে যে আনন্দ সেই আনন্দ থেকে যাতে সবাই মানে বঞ্চিত না হন সেই চিন্তা করেই কিন্তু বই মেলাটা আজকে করা হচ্ছে তবে আমি অনুরোধ করব সবাইকে যারা এখানে আসবেন অবশ্যই স্বাস্থ্য সুরক্ষাটা মেনে চলবেন
In the fair, the Prime Minister unveiled the cover of New China 1952, the official English version of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's written book, Amar Dekha Noya Teen. President of Bangla Academy Professor Shamsuzzaman Khan chaired the inaugural event, while State Minister for Cultural Affairs K.M. Khalid, Concerned Secretary M. Badrul Arifin and Director General of Bangla Academy Habibullah Shiraji spoke on the occasion. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary has said, young generation will work to build future Bangladesh by containing the ideal of Bangabandhu, which is the credence of the birth centenary of Father of the Nation. The speaker said this at a virtual discussion on the occasion of birthday of Father of the Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman organized by Shongshad Secretariat today. Jatiyo Shongshad Senior Secretary Zafar Ahmed Khan presided over the program, while Deputy Speaker Fazlir Rabi Mia, Chief Whip Nouri Alam Chaudhary, Whip Abu Said Al Mahmud Shapon and Iqbalur Rahim spoke among others. Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary said Bangabandhu had planned to revive the war-torn country within short time by his foresight and deep knowledge. Bangabandhu's only goal was to give freedom to the people of Bangladesh from exploitation, discrimination, torture and oppression, added Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said the culprits involved in the attacks on homes as well as ransacking and looting at Noga of Shala Upazila in Shunamganj will face exemplary punishment after investigations. He came up with the assurance while briefing journalists at his Secretariat office today. The Road Transport and Bridges Minister said Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will arrive in Dhaka marking Bangabandhu's birth centenary and golden jubilee of the independence as the Prime Minister of that country, not as a leader of the BJP.
সুনামগঞ্জের সাল্লা উপজেলা হিন্দু ধর্মাবলম্বীদের বাড়িঘর মন্দির ভাঙচুর ও লুটপাটের ঘটনায় যারা জড়িত আমরা পরিষ্কারভাবে বলতে চাই তদন্তের মাধ্যমে তাদের খুঁজে বের করা হচ্ছে এবং দৃষ্টান্তমূলক শাস্তি দেওয়া হবে কেন এভাবে শত শত লোক লাঠি সোটা অস্ত্র নিয়ে হিন্দু ধর্মাবলম্বীদের বাড়িঘর এবং তাদের মন্দিরে হামলা করেছে কারো কারো বাড়িঘরে লুটপাটও করেছে এই ঘটনার নিন্দা করার ভাষা আমার জানা নেই বিএনপি মহাসচিব বলেছেন দেশ নাকি কঠিন সমস্যার মধ্য দিয়ে চলেছে তাদের ভাষায় সরকার নাকি গণতন্ত্র হরণ করেছে প্রকৃতপক্ষে দেশ নয় কঠিন সমস্যার মধ্য দিয়ে চলছে বিএনপি রাজনীতি স্বাধীনতার সুবর্ণ জয়ন্তী উপলক্ষে ভারতের প্রধানমন্ত্রী নরেন্দ্র মোদী বাংলাদেশ সফরে আসছেন। শ্রী মোদি বিজেপি নেতা হিসেবে নন, শুধু বাংলাদেশ সফরে তিনি আসছেন ভারতের প্রধানমন্ত্রী হিসাবে। আমাদের মুক্তিযুদ্ধে সহযোগিতা দানকারী প্রতিবেশী রাষ্ট্র ভারতের প্রধানমন্ত্রীকে সুবর্ণ জয়ন্তীর অনুষ্ঠানে পেয়ে আমরা আনন্দিত। এর মাধ্যমে দুদেশের সরকারের পাশাপাশি পিপল টু পিপল কন্ট্যাক্ট নতুন উচ্চতা লাভ করবে বলে দেশের জনগণ মনে করে।
Earlier, Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Vikram Kumar Doraisamy made a courtesy call on Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir. Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmud has said, anti-state conspiracy has begun when country's development achieved world recognition under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. He urged all to be prepared to face all kinds of conspiracies. Dr. Hassan Mahmud made the call while addressing a discussion meeting at Nagar Bhavan in Dhaka today.
স্বাধীনতার সুবর্ণ জয়ন্তীর দ্বার প্রান্তে এবং বঙ্গবন্ধুর জন্মশতবার্ষিকীতে যখন আমরা জাতিসংঘের ফাইনাল রিকমেন্ডেশন পেলাম যে বাংলাদেশ এখন বৌদ্ধ মায়ের দেশ, যখন বঙ্গবন্ধুর জন্মশতবার্ষিকী উদযাপন করছি আমরা এবং বিদেশি মেহমানরা যখন বাংলাদেশে আসা শুরু করেছে, তখন আজকে আবার নতুনভাবে খেলা শুরু হয়েছে। জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনার নেতৃত্বে, বঙ্গবন্ধু কন্যার নেতৃত্বে আজকে অর্জন হয়েছে। এগুলোকে ম্লান করার উদ্দেশ্যে এবং বিদেশি মেহমানদের আজকে যে প্রশংসা বাংলাদেশ নিয়ে, সেটিকে ম্লান করার উদ্দেশ্যে আজকে সাল্লা উপজেলায় সুনামগঞ্জে সেখানে সংখ্যালঘুদের উপর হামলা পরিচালনা করা হয়েছে। আমরা দ্ব্যর্থহীন ভাষায় বলতে চাই, তাদেরকে কঠোর হস্তে দমন করতে আমরা বদ্ধপরিকর। আজকের এই আয়োজনে আওয়ামী লীগের নেতাকর্মীরা আছেন। আজকে দল রাষ্ট্র ক্ষমতায়, কিন্তু ষড়যন্ত্রকারীদের ষড়যন্ত্র থেমে নাই। সেই কারণে রাজশাহীতে মিজানুর রহমান মিনু আমাদের নেত্রীর উদ্দেশ্যে, হত্যা করার উদ্দেশ্যে কথা বলে। সেই কারণে ডাক্তার জাফরুল্লাহ বলে, দেশে যদি কোনো কিছু হয় অনেককে পাওয়া যাবে না। এটার উদ্দেশ্য কি? অর্থাৎ ভিতরে ভিতরে তারা ষড়যন্ত্র করছে। আমাদের চোখ কান খাড়া রাখতে হবে। নেতা কর্মীদের বলি, যে কোনো পরিস্থিতি মোকাবেলা করার জন্য প্রস্তুত থাকতে হবে, আর ক্ষমতায় থাকলে বিনয়ী হতে হয়। সেই অনুরোধটাও আপনাদের কাছে রাখি।
Dhaka South City Corporation organized a discussion marking the birth centenary of Father of the Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and National Children's Day. Dr. Hassan Mahmud said, those who are trying to distort the history after killing of Bangabandhu are now nearing to wiping out themselves from history. He said, one should be polite and modest when in power. Dhaka South City Mayor Sheikh Fazlinur Taposh chaired the discussion, which was also addressed by State Minister for Shipping Khalid Mahmood Chaudhry. They presented various sides of development works of the government. Later, the Information and Broadcast Minister handed over a civic award to the recipients. The discussion meeting was followed by a colorful cultural program. Sixteen COVID-19 patients died in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the death toll from the pandemic to 8,624. The recovery count rose to 5,70,523 after another 1,534 recovered during the period. A press release of the Director General of Health Services confirmed this today. The tally of infections rose to 5,64,939 with 2,187 new cases. Now international news. Afghanistan's defense ministry has said 9 on board a special forces helicopter were killed after it crash-landed in Maidan Wardak province of Afghanistan yesterday night. According to the official news agency, a Mi-17 helicopter crash-landed in Besud district in Maidan Wardak late Wednesday. Sources said today the helicopter was hit by a rocket during takeoff in central Maidan Wardak province. It was not clear who fired the rocket and there have been no claims of responsibility. The Defense Ministry said it was investigating the crash which killed the helicopter's crew members as well as special forces on board. The UK government is facing questions over coronavirus vaccine supply after warnings of a significant reduction. It's understood a delivery of millions of doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca jab produced by the Serum Institute of India has been held up by 4 weeks. The NHS warned of a reduction in supply in England in April in a letter to local health organizations. The Department of Health insists it's still on track to offer a first dose to all adults by the end of July. COVID-19 global death toll crosses 26,95,000 as more than 9,712 people died yesterday globally. More than 12,19,86,000 have been infected globally and more than 9,82,95,000 people have recovered so far. The US, the current epicenter of the pandemic, has now 3,02,98,000 confirmed cases and 5,50,000 deaths. The country reported 1,280 deaths yesterday. A significant portion of Mars's water, between 30 and 99%, is trapped within minerals in the planet's crust. The research published in the journal Science challenges the current theory that the red planet's water escaped into space. The research team from California Institute of Technology Caltech and NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory found that around 4 billion years ago, Mars was home to enough water to have covered the whole planet in an ocean about 100 to 1,500 meters deep, a volume roughly equivalent to half of Earth's Atlantic Ocean. But by a billion years later, the planet was as dry as it is today. Previously, scientists seeking to explain what happened to the flowing water on Mars had suggested it escaped into space, victim of Mars' low gravity. Chattogram Port is going to see another new bay terminal. This terminal will be housed at the shores of Potinga and Halisahar. The volume of export-import through Chattogram Port increases every year. In the fiscal year 2015-16, as many as 2,875 ships anchored at the port. In the fiscal year 2019-20, the port saw 3,764 ships. As a result, it has been difficult for the port to handle the increasing number of ships and containers. So, the government has taken initiative to build a bay terminal for Chattogram Port at the coast of Halisahar. The authorities say ships of any size from across the world will be able to anchor at the bay terminal once it's built. State Minister for Shipping Khalid Mahmood Chowdhury, while visiting Chattogram recently, said a decision was taken to build a terminal under Public-Private Partnership (PPP). Already a good number of proposals came and the government would implement the project, giving priority on interests of the country, he added. Port users stressed the need for quick implementation of the bay terminal. The new terminal will expedite economic growth largely, they added. Now news from the world of sports. Bangladesh national football team reached Nepal this afternoon to play the Tri-Nation Football Tournament. Bangladesh will face Kyrgyzstan in the inaugural match of the tournament on 23rd March. In the second match, Bangladesh will take on Nepal on 27th March. The final of the tournament will be held on 29th March. All Nepal Football Association (ANFA) is organizing the tournament. Before we end the bulletin, headlines once again. 4 Memorandum of Understanding signed between Dhaka and Maldives to enhance mutual cooperation. Dhaka and Mali agreed to sign preferential trade agreement to enhance trade and commerce. President of Maldives meets Bangladesh President Abdul Hamid, establishing maritime link between two countries emphasized on discussion. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina urges all to develop book reading habit while inaugurating Omar Ekushe Book Fair. Perpetrators of vandalism and looting of houses in Sunamganj to be given exemplary punishment, says Obaidul Qadir. Anti-state conspiracy begins again when country got global recognition under daughter of Bangabandhu Sheikh Hasina's leadership, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. 9 soldiers killed in army helicopter crash in Afghanistan. Military officials warned to withdraw US troops without peace deal. And Bangladesh national team reached Nepal to play in Tri-Nation football tournament. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us. And